now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over the Mach 3 quiz 2. All right, so first thing we're dealing with is this question, which is figuring out the area of the black box. All right, so the area of the black box, remember I told you there are two rectangles in one. All right, so that we have the smaller rectangle right here. We have the larger rectangle, which is right here. Now, folks, we've gone over this several times. If you're still getting this problem messed up, then you need to figure out why, because I guarantee you this is a question you'll see on the midterm. Okay, so it says here that the show is 4-3, so this is a 4-3 show. All right, and this right here is a 21-9, so 21-9. It says that the height of the TV is 54. So again, folks, if the height of the TV is 54, that means the height of each box is 54. All right, which means we need to find the width. All right. Now, remember what I said, and that is count how many numbers you're dealing with. All right. So you are dealing with the 4, you're dealing with the 3. Those are two numbers. You're dealing with the height, which is 54, and then you're dealing with the width. Those are 4 things. If you're ever dealing with 4 things, you create a proportion. All right. So you're going to create a proportion. 4/3. Now, guys, make sure you put the X on the right spot. Remember, the 4 always refers to the width, and this is the height. You're looking for the height. Sorry, I'll get that right. You're looking for the width, which means you're going to put the X on top. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply and solve. Now, if you need me to explain it by cross multiplying and solving, let me know. But I'm just going to go ahead and cross multiply and solve, and you get 126 for your width. All right, 126. All right, then we are going to. All right, so you made 100. So you got 126. So once you find the width, then you multiply the width times the height, you get 6,800. That's a bad color to use on that picture there. So you get 6,804 for your area. Whoa. Wow, I'm totally off on this. Hold on. Totally messed up. Wow. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number. Sorry. Now you might be asking, why don't I just redo it? Because I'm not going to. That's why. All right. So, sorry, 3,888. That's what your area was. My bad. All right. So, once you find the area, stop. Then you do the exact same thing for the next one. 21/9 is equal to X over 54. And then you get, for the width, 100. Now we're right. I was looking at the wrong one. Cross multiply. I'm sorry, not cross multiply, but find your area. 6804. All right, let me pause for a second. Once. All right, so here we go. All right, now once you find the area of everything, all right, so once you find the area of everything, here's what I want you to pay attention to, and that is the whole thing, the whole shebang, the whole thing is 6804. All right, that's the area of the whole thing. All right, the area of the man is 3,888. All right, so 3,888. The black bars is the difference between the two. All right, so the black bars is the difference between the two. So what that means is to find the area of the black bars, you just simply take the total area, which is 6804, subtract the area of the man, and you end up with 2916. This is the area of the black bars. So it says, what is the percent? We'll define the percent. I'll just write it down here. To find the percent, remember, it is what do you want over the total. So what I want is the black bars, which is 2916, over the total, which is 6804. You do the math, the answer is D, 43. All right. All right. Question number 2, we'll speed up a little bit. I should have already given you the answer. The answer is B. All right. Now, let's walk through it real quick. All right. Now, if you remember, you got to find the rates over here. You got to find the total over here. All right. So, it says right here that the rate is 400. There we go. All right. It says the rate decreases by 30%. Off to the side, you take 400. You times it by 0.30. You're going to end up with 120. And you subtract after you multiply. You get 280. All right. Now, you look at phase 3. It says this rate decreases by 20%. This rate is the new rate, which is 280. So we're at 280. We're going to times it by 0.20. We're going to get, I think it's 56, sorry, 56. And then we're going to come back and subtract it. And then you get the answer of 224 for your rate. And then it says this rate decreases by 50%. So again, when it talks about this rate, we're talking about 224. Now, multiplying anything by 50%, you're just dividing by 2, so you get 112. Now, once you get all your rates, you just simply multiply it by the numbers in each section. So 400 times 7, 2,800. 280 times 3, 840. 224 times 4, 896. And lastly, 212 times 3, 336. And add them all up, boom, that's how you got 4,872. But then you rounded and you got it, right? Yeah, so remember, well, technically you shouldn't have rounded because you didn't get any decimals, but who cares? All right. All right, question number 3, the answer is D. All right. Remember, every time that a tree splits, it's always going to equal 100. So that means it's split there, those two branches equal 100. It's split there, it's split there. So the only split equals 100 at this point in time is we can do black dog, which is 80%. All right. Now we're trying to find y here, but you can't find y until you find x. All right. Now remember, x, whatever it is, times 0.2. Well, we know what 0.2 is. So x times 0.2 equals 0.12. Remember, you multiply as you work to the right, which means in the reverse you have to divide. So remember, this is the end number. All right. This is what you know. We're trying to get what I don't know, which is x. So to find it, very simply, I'm going to take the end number and I'm going to divide it by what I know. All right. So the end number is 0.12 divided by 0.2 gives me, what's that, 0.6? There we go, or 60. All right. So now that I know x is 0.60, so it's 60% going up to black, it'd be 40% going down to brown. I'm looking for y, so I know that 40% times y gives me 0.14. So again, 0.14 is my end number. 0.14 divided by 0.4, that's how I got 0.35. All right. Yes. All right. Let's keep moseying on. All right, question number 4. The answer is C. There you go. All right, let's go through it real quick. All right, so step 1. And start with the first number, skip every other one. Did anybody actually get this right? What did you get for step 1?
Oh,
What? 40? Did you get 40? I need that confirmed.
yeah, I got 78.
Okay, 78. I think 78. All right. Step 2, 23, which means the whole thing equals 101. Now remember, guys, 101 is no good. The check digit did not do what it was supposed to do. Now, I kind of fast forward through that step 1 and step 2. If you're someone who needs to know step 1 and step 2, other YouTube videos, it will be happy to explain. All right. So now remember, folks, the check digit is already 4, and we know that's wrong. So we're in between 100 and then 110. So I either have to add 9 to get to 110 to the check digit, or I simply subtract it by 1. Which one makes sense? Well, apply it. 4 minus 1 gives me a positive 3. 4 plus 9 gives me 13. The only way that the check digit could actually be good if it's a positive single number.
That makes sense.
All right, question number 5. Let's go and do that. Question number 5, the answer is D. All right. So remember, it is the FCI, which means the family of 4. 4 tickets, 4 Cokes, 2 beers, 4 hot dogs. Everyone's got to eat. 1 parking permit. The program is 2, and then ball caps are 2. Multiply everything by the number that you'll be multiply everything by how many items you'll be purchasing. The FCI ends up being 304. But the question is not asking you for what's the FCI. The question is, if 3,200 families attend the game, how much revenue? So very simply, I'm going to take how much each family will spend and multiply it by the number of families. Boom. There you go. All right. All right. Question number 6. The answer is D. All right. Let's go through this. Now, remember, with the area models, there's a couple area models that you can run into. The area models that look like bricks, and then you have area models that look like this. This looks like tile on the floor almost. Remember, folks, whatever you decide to make the smallest thing, you have to proportionately increase by. All right, so if you want to make the smallest piece a 2, if that's a 2, this has got to be a 4 because it's twice the size. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Anything that's twice the size of a 4 becomes an 8. 8, 8. Anything that's twice the size of an 8 becomes a 16.
Oh.
All right?
Wait, I got that right.
Awesome.
Wait, no, I didn't. Because you got something my numbers were wrong.
There you go. Well, that was wrong. Your largest number was wrong. That's why. No, I'm not taking the quiz for you. No, you got to. There you go. You just weren't doing it proportionally. All right. So the question is, win a rabbit. So let's add up all of our rabbit pieces. All right. So this right here is a rabbit piece. This right here is a rabbit piece. This right here is a rabbit. And this right here is a rabbit. So now remember, do not make this mistake. Some people would look and they go, oh, okay, there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's 4 rabbits. So it's 4 divided. No, you got to use the area, folks. All right, so add up all the green pieces. So let's see, that's 8, that's 4, that's 8. And let's see, 8, 36. So 36 divided by the whole thing, which I believe is 64. That's how I get 56. Is there a winner? All right, moving on to question number 7. The answer is D. All right, so let's see. It says 180 students are about to take a test. But here we go. What is the probability? I'm sorry, how many people will barely pass the test and will attempt the retake? All right, so barely pass is 25%, and will attempt the retake is 0.6. So I got to multiply those two together to get the probability of that exact thing happening. So when I do the math, I get 0.15. All right, which is option A, but that's not what the question is asking. It's asking you how many people. Make sure you read it correctly. So that means 180 people times. There you go. There you go.
I knew that. I was like, yeah.
All right. So question number 8. The answer is D. There you go. All right, let's talk about it. It says the tire has a size rim of 17 inches circumference. First off, circumference. Whenever I give you circumference, you got to divide by 3.14. All right, so divide by 3.14, and your answer is going to be what's that divided by 3.14?
So that's 20, 26.
26. All right, so that's 26. Remember that this number here, that number here, all adds up to 26. It says that the rim is 17, so 17 will go in the middle. And hold on my OCD, I want to write 17 there. All right, so 17 goes in the middle. So from a mathematical perspective, I just simply take 26, I'd subtract what I know, which is 17, I would get 9, and divide it by 2 because the side walls are exactly the same. So that's why I'm evenly dividing it by 2. There you go. You all right? All right, question number 9. The answer is E. All right. So first off, we're dealing with area models with actual dimensions. So we're going to go ahead and multiply everything out to get our area here. I think if you miss this question, then I think you might have been going too fast. All right. So it says here, a player must flip a coin and it must land on the winning section. What is the probability that a person will, here we go, not land in section 2? So not landing on section 2 means all the other sections. So that means section 1, section 3 is a winner, and then also section 4 is a winner. All right. Everything in the green is what I'm looking for. So remember, a probability is what do I want over the total. What I want is the green section. Add it all up, 550 divided by the whole thing, which is 1,000. That's how E became our answer. All right, the very last question we have, and that is, we haven't seen this in a while, so this might have been a question that a lot of folks missed, but let's see if you did. The answer should have been E, 97. All right. Now, if you did it because you knew exactly what was going on, congratulations. If you got it right because you just guessed, then you might want to pay attention too. All right, so remember my answer, the percentage, what we're dealing with, and that is the area of the frame divided by the area of the actual picture. Okay, so basically what we're trying to find, if you look at this part right here, and that is how much can fit in that picture frame. All right, so we've got to find the width and height of the frame. We got to find the width and height of the actual picture. Well, if you're pretty observant, you'll notice that the width and height of the frame is already there. So we have 13 and we have 9. So do the math. The area of the frame is given to you, basically 117. All right, but what we don't have is the area of the picture. That's where we have an issue. But if you notice, we have the original picture, which will need to be used. So if you notice, the height for both rectangles is exactly the same, 9. But we don't have our x. So we're going to take 6, we're going to take 4, we're going to take x, we're going to take 9, and we're going to create a proportion because there's 4 things and figure out what x is. So again, I always like to create a proportion width over height. So it'll be 6 over 4 is equal to x over 9. Cross multiply and solve. X ends up being 13.5. All right. Now that you know what the width is, you already know what the height is, so you're going to multiply 13.5 times 9, and you're going to get 121.5. Divide the 2 out, and you get 97%.